G'day, welcome to Board Game Back. It's brought to you by Liberty Guild Gaming. Today we are doing a solo playthrough of Villainous. Brought to you by Ravensburger. And today's Villainous that I'm playing, or villain, is Mother Gothel. So I'm using a solo variant that was developed by Disney Locana Club. And don't recall his name, but I will post it in the comments below for those that are interested in that solo variant. There is another one quite popular. It's from Boardgame Geek. It was called the Pandemic variant. So I'll post both down there. They do play very differently to one another. I like this one particularly because it gives me a little bit more agency and less round time. So there's only 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10 rounds. Oh, your first round is free, so technically it's 11. And this fate token here just reminds you that when you play these tokens here, you roll the dice for a 50-50 chance of playing a fate card. Using your honor system, place the card where it will cause you the most pain. Otherwise, roll the dice and that will determine where it go. For example, 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, and 10 to 12. So let's draw up my hand over here. Oh, we have also got Rapunzel starting at the tower. And my objective in this game is to gain 10 trust from my naive little Rapunzel. So looking at my cards here, at the end of this turn, do not move Rapunzel, very nice. So I'm going to start with getting rid of this card here. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to gain 3 power. And the power tokens is also a trust token, so I would store my trust up here so it doesn't get it confused. There we go, I've got 3 here. I can also play a card. I will do that. I will play the Royal Guard, and I'm going to place him here. There we go. Also, I place him in Corona too, so that way if she ever happens to move over here on her last turn, I've got that opportunity to shift her away, so I'm not losing that trust. But I've got a second card here, which I'm happy to use later. And I'm also going to get rid of this card here. And that is the end of my turn. I'm not going to play a second card. I could do that actually, why not? Oh, I forgot to pay for him. And I'm also going to pay for him as well. There we go. Now that's down to 1. And now I draw back to 3. So I draw back to 4. There we go. And we remove this token here. And now we're on to round 2. So at the end of this round, I will be rolling for a fate token. Remember that Rapunzel also moves 1 step closer to Corona at the end of the turn. I've got this Enigma, Egomania, which allows me to, when the opposing team moves one of my allies or items. This one's great because it sends her to Rapunzel, to the Rapunzel Tower. The hairbrush gives me that 1 trust when placed at her location. So I am going to, and doesn't have to necessarily be placed on somebody either. I am going to go with here. I'm going to place the brush on here. That's going to cost me my 1 token that I've got. And there we go. And when the hairbrush is placed, I'll move to Rapunzel's location. Gain 1 trust, so I get that here, and I'll place it here. I'm also going to use the move action and bring it back to the tower. There we go. Excellent. And I'm down to 3 cards here. I am going to get rid of this one at the moment and draw another 2 cards. Excellent, I've got a nice little revenge here. Let down your hair allows me to gain a trust if she's at the Rapunzel Tower's location, or move her 2 forward. Now we are going to flip for a fate token. So 1 to 6, and nothing happens, even something happens. So let's roll it and see what happens. We've got 5, so it's an odd number, so nothing happens with the fate. However, when you are getting fated, you just simply add that token, you get another extra round. So, oh, I forgot to move her forward 1. There we go. And now it is my turn again, and I am am going to go and move over here, gain 2. And I am going to go and move this character over here. When Hairbrush is played, I'll move to Rapunzel's location, which I've moved to, so I gain a trust. So I've got 2 now. And I can also play a card. And which I won't do. I could play this card here and make sure she doesn't move. And then hopefully I've got a card that I can use to push her over. So, either 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that, shall we? So I'm going to play this card here. It's an effect on Rapunzel, so she doesn't actually move this round. And now we'll move on to the next round. So, there we go. And I draw up to 4, see what I've got. Excellent. I'm going to go here and get paid 3. Not too many. I am going to go play Patchy Stabbington for 3. When Patchy Paddington is played at Rapunzel's location, you may move Rapunzel to the tower, which I will do. There we go, back to the tower. And then I'm going to play, now I've got that second activation available now, since she's moved, and play my second card, which costs 1, which is Rapunzel Let Down Your Hair, which allows me to gain 1 trust when she's at their location. So there we go. And I'm happy with the 2 cards I've got here. So I'm going to draw up to 4. Remove this token here. And let's see if the odds are in our favor. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we've got some evens over here. So I will get fated. However, what will happen is that this token will come down here like another round to be played. Let's play this. You only flip 1 card over. If Queen and King are played to Rapunzel's location. Oh, by the way, I forgot to actually move her at the end of the round. There we go. Queen are played to Rapunzel's location. Mother Gothel loses 1 trust. Rather than rolling the dice and determine where she goes, it just makes sense to put her at Rapunzel's location to help me lose trust. So there we go. So you can see why that extra round gets added when you get fated, because usually something negative happens. So it gives you that little bonus round. So excellent. Now it's back to my turn, and I am going to go with I am going to go and move over here. I'm going to gain 2. I am going to pay for 1 and perform a vanquish action over here. Perform a vanquish action. If you defeat a hero other than Rapunzel, gain 1 trust. So these are battling it out. So I've got 7 against 4 and 8. So I am going to beat this one here. I'm not too sure what happens if I can actually pick and choose a hero. So, because I just want to do a vanquish action against Queen and King, and my total value against the Queen and King is X. But just going to double check really quickly. Defeat 1 hero at any location. Okay, defeat 1 hero. So that's it there. I'm using Patchy Paddington. He does lose. However, I do get to remove that hero and gain a trust. Excellent. I'm down to 1 coin, and I can still play shift and move her back to the tower, which I will do. And this says when moved to Rapunzel's location, gain 1 trust. Because the Royal Guard moves first and she follows, it's not the same in my opinion. And I can play 1 more card whereby I will cause a bit of misdirection. Well, there we go. I'll play this card. That way I can gain another trust. Excellent, down to 2 cards. I'm comfortable with these 2. How many cards did I play? I played 2. I played the Revenge and the Misdirection. There we go, and that moves her a little bit closer. I draw back up to 2, 4. Remove this token here, and move her across. There we go. 1 for the Misdirection that I'm going to trust for, and 1 for the end of the round. Now I am here with my 4 cards. What do I want to do? I am going to go and I need some coin. So no coin. I could go over here, but I don't want to do that. So I'll get my 3. I could place her and send her back to Rapunzel's tower. And that isn't going to help me at this stage. However, I can play a Royal Rider, which I will. And I am going to place it at this location here. And great thing about the Royal Rider is that he can actually defeat heroes in this location and adjacent locations. So that's going to cost me 2. There we go, and I am comfortable with how this is looking. I could get rid of my Royal Guard, but I won't, because it's got a nice little power value of 2. That is the end of my turn. I've got my 3. I could discard a card, which I won't. So let's draw back to 4. Rapunzel moves across, and we have a fate token. So let's roll and see how this pans out for us. This time we have 6. So we have been fated. So let's put the top one over. Floating Lights, move Rapunzel to Corona. She's already there. So no harm, no foul. Excellent. And because we've been fated, we get another extra round. We're very lucky with that one. Okay, now we're back to myself, and I need some coin. I'm going to go here, gain 2, and I do not want to play a card. However, I am happy to move somebody. Let's just move Rapunzel away from there, so that way she doesn't gain a trust. And I will pay 1 more and put him there. That's what I'll do. And if you notice, if I was going to play another card, I won't be able to since I did that action already. There we go. I'm down to 3. Let's draw 1 more. That's the end of the round. Rapunzel moves 1 across. And just keep in mind that if she needs to move forward across and she's already at the Corona, I lose a trust. Cool. Lose 1 of these. Okay. What am I going to do now? I am going to go and move over here, grab 3. There we go. Now I've got 5. I'm going to play Sideburns Stavington. So that's going to cost me 3. In this stage, I may move Rapunzel to the tower, which I will, because now I'm going to play Let Down Your Hair, which if Rapunzel is at the tower, gain 1 trust. So it's going to cost me 1. So I've used my 2 activations. And I've gained that trust. So now I'm at 5. And I'm down to 2 cards. And when hair at brush play or moved to Rapunzel's location. Okay, she moved to me, it didn't move to Rapunzel. I am going to go and play Misdirection and move a 1 to gain another trust here. And now I'm down to 1 card, which I'm going to discard. Because move Rapunzel to Rapunzel's town, lose 1 trust, which I don't want to do right now. I want to get my trust. So drawing up to 4, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. We're playing this token here, so I'm going to be fated. We'll see if fate is on my side. We're 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have been fated again. There we go. Play this over, we have Flynn Rider. When Flynn Rider is played, Mother Gothel loses 2 trust. When Flynn Rider is defeated, Mother Gothel gains 2. So, this is interesting. So, because I could put him over here and then, beat him. I could put him over Rapunzel, which is just, yeah, I can choose which hero to fight. So, I'm going to use the dice here, because I'm not entirely sure where is the best place for Mr. Flynn. And we've got 5. So, 1 to 3, 4 to 6. There we go. Excellent. There we go. And also what I forgot to do too, she moves 1 at the end of the round. So now 2 areas are blocked. And when Flynn Ride is played, I lose 2 trust. Ouch. I worked really hard for those trusts. Okay. I am going to Duplicity. During their turn, if another player defeats a hero with a strength of 3 or more, you may play Duplicity, defeat a hero with a strength of 3. So in this case, it's talking about if another player, so this being that player, if he defeats a hero, let's say if we were fighting, then I get to kill somebody else. So yay. What I'm going to do though, I am going to go and play knife. First I've got to move. Here we go. I'm going to move over here. And I am going to put this knife on the Royal Guard. It says here, when knife is played, attach it to an ally. The ally gets 2 strength. When that is used to defeat Rapunzel, gain 1 trust. So I'm going to use the vanquish action here to fight her, and that will defeat him. So he is gone. However, I get to gain 1 trust, and whenever Rapunzel is defeated, she returns to the tower. There we go. And if another player defeats a hero with a strength of 3 or more, and she was 4, you may defeat a hero with a strength of 3 or less. Ooh, he's a 4, so this isn't going to be useful to me just yet. At the end of this turn, do not move Rapunzel. I'm going to keep that just in case I need it. I draw up a card. There we go. I get to choose a card from my discard pile. And I like the knife. And let down your hair. He's good value, so I'm going to put some of the cards, and I like revenge. Oof, I played some good cards. That's probably why I'm doing relatively well. There we go, Rapunzel moves forward 1. I lose a round token, and there we go. Okay. Oh, I actually got a shift movement, which I didn't use. Just up here, but that's okay, I don't think I would have used it. Okay, where do I want to go now? I am going to go over here. I'm going to go over here and gain 2. There we go, and I'm going to use this shift action and move him over. So now he's moved to Rapunzel's location. I gain a trust. Thank you. And and I can play up to 2 cards. So Rapunzel doesn't move. No. And perform. When performing, I could add him. Just in case she gets some allies later, I'm going to add Royal Rider over here. Ooh. Over here. So that we can attack 2 places. There we go. I played my card, and I'm happy not to play any more. Excellent. So that is the end of the round. Rapunzel moves again. 1 over. And let's roll the dice and see if I get fated again. 5 and 10. I do get fated. So let's see what happens. Everyone has a dream. Mother Gothel loses 1 trust. Gone. There we go, got 4 rounds to go, unless I get fated. Oh, I have to draw up to 4. There we go. Excellent. So, I am going to go here, because I want to get some more coin. Yeah. Don't think I'm going to do anything at the moment. Yes, I will. I'm gonna, so she doesn't move from that location. So I will pay 1. So I'm gonna put that on there so I remember. So that effect is an effect. Rapunzel doesn't move. Lose a token. And draw. Oh, did I want to discard a card? Yes. I'm going to discard that card. There we go. Oh, got it back. Yay for me. Ooh. And I get to take things from this card pile. Okay, now it's my turn, and I do have a plan. I'm going to go over here. I am going to go grab a card. From in here. There we go. I'm grabbing this card here, which is let down your hair. If Rapunzel is at the tower, gain 1 trust or move her 2 locations. So I'm gonna, oh, whoops. Yes, there is no second activation. So, yay for me. I can't send her there because I can't play a second card. However, I can do a vanquish action. So I'm going to do a vanquish action on Rapunzel. Oof. 3 against a 4, which isn't enough. But when performing a vanquish action, Row Rider may be used to defeat a hero at his location or an adjacent location. So those 2 together, which is 6. Ooh, and then I can send him over. So I'll do that. I'm going to do it. I mean, it's a bit hardcore, but I need Rapunzel. Right, vanquished. So she now returns back to the tower. And there we go. And now I'm going to play this card here, which cost me 1 because I haven't actually played a card yet. That if Rapunzel's at the tower, gain 1 trust. Oh, sorry, not that one. This one. This gains me 2 trust. If Rapunzel's at the same location as Mother Gothel, and if she happens to be at Rapunzel's tower, gain 2 more. Get an additional 1. There we go. Excellent. And that is it. So, draw up the 4. There are my 4 cards. Let's see if I get fated again. 3, 4, 7. I do not. So, it's in my best interest to try to beat him if I can. So, oh, sorry. I also had a shift action, which I was going to do with this guy. So, boom. Just here before I vanquished. And Rapunzel's location, you may move. Cool. And now what am I going to do? Oh, I got a nice little revenge card for next time somebody decides to beat me. I am going to move over here, gain 2 more. I am going to go with performing a vanquish action. No, first I'm going to shift this guy. Now I'm going to play perform a vanquish action against Mr. Flynn Rider here. And that would be him going. Oh, he's not gone. It's 5 versus 4. What happens in those circumstances? No, he gets vanquished as well, even though he could beat him. There we go. And he is gone, and I gain 2 trust for that. There we go. I only need 1 more at the tower. Oh, I forgot to move forward 1. There we go. Last turn, because she cannot go there. And choose a card from your discard pile. And let's have a look, shall we? Can I play a second card? I can. So I'm going to get this card back and pay the coin for that. And get rid of this card. There we go. And I don't have a discard, so I won't do that. Rapunzel has moved to that location. So, yay. Oh, the hare's got to move too. Cool. There we go. Now let's drop to 4. There we go. Lose one more. She moves across. There we go. Okay, what am I going to do? I need 2 more. I've got plenty of coin, which is fantastic. It doesn't quite help me though. I am going to go over here. I am, because I am going to go do a move action. And gain a trust, simple one. Yay, you can see now I need 2 more and I've got 1 more round to go. I can't just down, I can, can't vanquish, and if Mother Gothel responds at the tower, gain 1 additional trust, which is not. So I'm in a bit of a bother. Maybe I should have got Mr. Stabbington, because I could have sent him there and doubled it. I love you most, but that is not going to work. So we'll move this one forward 1 more. Can't discard any cards. This is the last round token here. Let's see if I get fated. 4 and 6. I do get fated. So this is, so you know, still on the right hand side. So you play a fate on your last turn. There we go. What do you got here? When a frying pan is played, attach it to a hero. That hero gets 1 strength. So that's the only hero on the board. So there we go. And okay. I am going to go over here. Need a shift. I'm going to move here. I'm going to gain 2 coin. I'm going to use this move action here. And move her across 1. And then I'm going to use, if Mother Gothel and Rapunzel are at the same location, gain a trust. So I'll play this card. That costs me 1, and I gain 1 more trust. There we go. And I don't have a discard action, so let's see how this plays out, shall we? On to our last round again. So Rapunzel here moves 1. Let's see if I get fated again. 3 and 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. So no fate. Final round. Let's draw back to 4. And are they going to? Okay, cool. What do I need to do? Okay, I know how I'm going to get my last one. I am going to go over here and play a move action with the hairbrush. So when the hairbrush is moved to Rapunzel's location, gain 1 trust. There we go. So I've got my 10 trust. So I'm going to keep it to the end of the round. And what else I'm going to do is I'm going to play a card and put the crown on it. When a hero is defeated at this location, either gain 2 power or discard. So I'm going to play that. So I played a card, I've shifted them across, and now I'm going to do an attempt at vanquish action. And I've only got 2 to her 5, so he is defeated. And interesting to note, none of these actually get placed on allies. When a hero is defeated at this location, gain 2 power or gain a trust. So he's gone, and I'm going to choose to gain a trust. So there we have it. 11 trust tokens. I've won the game. Has Mother Gothel. Hope this has been helpful. I'll put both the how-to solo plays in the comments below, so that way you can choose which variant you prefer. One from the pandemic variant, which is just a board game geek link, and the one that I've used most recently, which I think was the Disney Lacana Club gentleman. Goes for like 4.5 minutes, and he goes through what I've just done there. So right down to the wire, onto the last round. So I find that these games can get relatively close. So thank you for watching. I hope this has been informative to you and gives you an opportunity to play Villainous as a solo play. So thank you very much. I hope to bring you more of these as I work my way through the characters. And I see you at the next one. Thank you.